My sister knows how to play chess, and it's one of the reason I am playing chess today. And this channel exists. So I was like, okay, let's watch one of the games my sister played on chess.com. And after watching the game, I was like, I need to make a video on it. You see, there is a series of Gotham Chess in which he analyzes the games of his subscribers, which is insanely stupid. There are tons of blunders. There is a series of blunders, which is insane. And this game is kind of just like that. My sister is having the elo of 634 on chess.com, 634. And after watching this game, you will be shocked and surprised and kind of be satisfied with your play at the same time. Make sure to tell me in the comments below after watching the game, what are your thoughts about this game. Let's begin. I just don't really want to talk about this anymore. Okay. So, Disco Pumpkin, her opponent, having the elo of 806, playing with the white pieces, decides to open up the game with 1d4. First of all, make sure to keep an eye on the clock. It's a 30 minutes game. I don't know if there is any increment, but there is some increment. We have d4, we have d5, knight goes to f3, knight goes to f6, and now, okay, so opening phase is kind of fine. Both the sides are controlling the center, which is nice, which is good. Both the sides are developing the minor pieces, which is good. a3. Okay, a3. Maybe trying to stop bishop b4, though it doesn't really exist. Bishop e2 castle up is fine. And now a5. Now already I'm trying to understand the thought process of a 600 elo chess player. Like, what is the idea of a5? Maybe you're trying to control b4, though b4 doesn't really exist. You can play bishop e7 castle up and black is having fine possession, but okay. a5. Not a bad move. Bishop to b5, a good move. A very good move. Black can't really play a6, so you're putting the bishop on a very nice diagonal. Knight e5 is coming in, and that's a good idea. And this is kind of the first moment in the game which I have to use my brain to understand what's the idea of rook a7. Like, are you trying to protect the pawn? Though, like, there is no need of protecting the b7 pawn. Like, it doesn't really make any sense of putting the rook on a7. Just develop the bishop and castle up. Makes sense. And after rook a7, white decided to play the move knight e5, which is a good move, which is the best move in the position. You're pinning up the knight, you are using your knight, and you are using your rest of the pieces, which is good. You want to capture the knight with the bishop. Takes and capture with the knight, and both the pieces are hanging. My sister decided to play the move h6. And you see, like, if a good player is playing this position, he would be like, okay, let me take on f6. The queen takes it back. I'll just take on c6. Takes 6. I'm a pawn up. Black can't really castle up anymore. I'm simply better. It's already +3 advantage. But I believe what happens when 3-digit elo players play is like they are making a plan which is to capture the knight, which is a good plan. And now their opponent made a plan which is to capture the bishop. So now maybe their brain kind of misfunction, not able to calculate. I don't know what's happening, but white decided to play the move bishop cross c6. Big c6, knight c6, and now it looks fine, but you see the advantage has been completely dropped. Why? Because after queen 8, indeed you can capture the rook, but you lose the bishop, and now black is actually fine. Though black is an exchange down, which is good for white. Okay, so the knight goes back, threatening knight c7 and win the queen with a check. My sister is like, okay, queen c6, I'm just protecting the pawn. Makes sense. White castled up, and now black play knight to g4. A threat is to take on h2, which is a good move. Though white can play h3 and the move does not really exist. It does not really have any plan. But okay, it's fine. White played the move queen e2. The knight is already protected by the knight. Maybe white is trying to add some extra protection, though it doesn't really require it, but I don't know. my sister simply took the pawn on h2, attacking the rook. And now, you see, white is having his own ideas. Like, white is not really focusing his eyes on the king side. He's like completely focused on the queen side. Knight to a2, knight to a7. And now, I'm pretty sure now, like, the players in the beginner level, like in the noob level, in 3-digit ELO level, are like, they can't really understand the complete board. They are not able to process 64 squares. They are like, nah, I'll just able to make a plan and I'll just execute it. It doesn't really matter if it's working or not. My sister is like queen b7. And now knight to b5. You see, the knights were over here and now the knights are over here. It looks like white had made some progress, but that's not really how chess works. The knights on the rim are dim. The knight on a7 is doing absolutely nothing. And now my sister is like a c6, which is a good move. You're attacking the knight. If the knight moves, you lose this guy. And the rook is also hanging at the same time. So white is already like, I don't know what's happening. He took the pawn, and now my sister first captured the rook, which is a good move. Takes. And now you see black is suddenly a piece up. And that's just a beginning. Rook goes to c1. Okay, maybe white is trying to push the pawn, maybe. And now rook h4. I don't know the idea. I don't know what's the idea of rook h4. No idea. f3. Okay, f3 looks good. Maybe e4. Maybe. g4. Now g4 is a very good move. Actually, like, did she just predicted that her opponent will play f3? And she decided to play the move g4, that after takes, the rook is protecting the bishop? Maybe, I don't know. Queen f2, it attacks the rook. And she played the move bishop to e7, which is a good move. If she would have taken the knight, the rook is hanging. So bishop e7, developing the bishop and also protecting the rook, which is already a bit surprising. Knight c3, she took the pawn, and now queen to b6, attacking the b2 pawn. Knight goes to a4, queen goes to b5, attacking the knight goes back, and now queen b2. And now, once again, two pieces are hanging. You can defend both the pieces with knight e2. Of course, that's impossible for white to find it. You can't really expect white to see knight e2. Queen c3, g3, and a bishop to e4, which is insane. Finding bishop e4 is an excellent move. It's a great move. It's the best move in the position. It's already mate in 8. And after bishop e4, why this move is so great? You're attacking the queen. And you're also threatening rook h1 at the same time. White played the move, the worst move in the position, queen f2. And now, rook h1, the game is over. Of course not. We have queen c2. I don't know, like rook h1 is a mate. Like, it's game over. Already hard to believe. Like, maybe this was, like, her focus was maybe on the queen side. She took the pawn. Who needs a king when you have a pawn? We have a queen trade, and like it's +6. It's completely winning. The bishop is hanging. The bishop goes back, and now like white took the rook, takes, and now still this is completely winning. Just too much winning. Rook c5, f5, takes. Now white is having his own pass pawn. Push. Push. You see, black is still completely, like, too much winning. And black is also doing the right stuff by pushing the pawn. Check, the king goes up. Takes. Check, the king goes up. And now the bishop is hanging. Just move the bishop. That's it. You're completely fine. You're winning. It's -6. Bishop to e4 check. That's exactly what you can expect from 600 ELO player. Now white is somehow completely winning with +3. Why? Because white is just having an extra pawn, which is a pass pawn that's winning. And can you believe if I say that white lost this game? That's insane. Black played king e2, takes, king goes to e3. Can you still believe white lost this game? White is having a rook. The pawn is 2 squares away from being a queen. That's insane. she, like, her opponent even made a queen, that's it. And that's a king d3. I told you at the start, make sure to keep an eye on the clock. Her opponent got flagged. It was a game where both the players were having 30 minutes on the clock, and even, I don't know, maybe like there is an increment. I don't know, maybe 5 seconds increment, or maybe 10, I don't know. But increment exists. You're having 30 minutes on the clock. You're 800 elo player. You lost. Despite having a rook and a queen, you got flagged, which is insane. Yeah, that's the game played by my sister. So first of all, there is nothing to learn after watching this game. The only thing you can learn is you need to improve your chess. That's it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed the game, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye bye.